A very good afternoon and welcome to the midday news on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor and let us start the bulletin with the headlines. Finance Minister Piyush Goyal to discuss a way forward for the banking system with the heads of 13 public sector banks today. First meeting with the heads of PSBs after fourth quarter results of last fiscal showed most of them posting losses. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval meets BJP President Amit Shah at his residence in Delhi, meeting ahead of Shah's interaction with the BJP ministers and top leaders from Jammu and Kashmir today. US Senate passes bill seeking to strengthen and enhance a major defense partnership with India. $716 billion defense bill has already been passed by the House of Representatives. China warns of strong countermeasures after US threat to impose tariffs on additional $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. Washington accuses Beijing of unfair practices, escalating a trade war. And hosts Russia to clash with Egypt on day 6 of the FIFA World Cup tournament today. Senegal to take on Poland and Colombia to play Japan in the other two encounters. Our top story this afternoon, Finance Minister Piyush Goyal will meet the heads of 13 public sector banks today, and the meeting is being held to resolve various issues concerning the banks. The meeting is being organized by the State Bank of India. The discussion during the meeting will be on the way forward for the Indian banking system. Now, this is the first meeting with the heads of the PSBs after their annual financial result for 2017-18. Most of the banks posted a loss in the fourth quarter of the last fiscal. The Nirav Modi fraud hit Punjab National Bank that alone posted the largest ever quarterly loss by a bank, and it was followed by the country's largest lender, SBI, posting 7,718 crore rupees loss. A National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with BJP President Amit Shah at Shah's residence in Delhi today. The meeting came ahead of Shah's urgent meeting with the Jammu and Kashmir BJP ministers and some top leaders in Delhi today. All the BJP ministers have been called to New Delhi for a meeting, and so have the BJP State Chief Ravindra Rana and Party General Secretary Ashok Kaul. The meetings are being held after the centre's decision to resume anti-terrorist operations in the state after suspending it for a month of Ramzan. On to the other top story, the US Senate has passed with an overwhelming majority a $716 billion defense bill that seeks enhanced defense ties with India. The bill expresses the sense of the Senate that the US should strengthen and enhance its major defense partnership with India. The US recognized India as a major defense partner in 2016. A designation that allows India to buy more advanced and sensitive technologies from America at par with that of its closest allies and partners. The National Defense Authorization Act 2019 was passed by an overwhelming bipartisan vote of 85 to 10. The House has already passed the bill. And India has said that matters relating to India-Pakistan relations are purely bilateral in nature. Now, reacting to the Chinese envoy's comments on Monday, the Ministry of External Affairs said that there is no scope for involvement of any third country. The MEA further said that India has not received any such suggestions from the Chinese government as well, and that the statement by the envoy is in his personal opinion. Well, Chinese ambassador to India had proposed trilateral talks among India, China and Pakistan on the sidelines of the SCO summit.
Chinese ambassador to India, Lao Zhaohe, has said the future of India-China relations is crucial for the region. Addressing a seminar on Beyond Wuhan, How Far and Fast Can China-India Relations Go?, the Chinese ambassador proposed a trilateral dialogue between India, China and Pakistan on the sidelines of the SCO framework. India and Pakistan have become full members of SCO this year. He said, and I quote, "Some Indian friends suggested that India, China and Pakistan may have some kind of trilateral summit on the sidelines of SCO. So if China, Russia and Mongolia can have a trilateral summit, then why not India, China and Pakistan?"
Personally, I think this is a very good, constructive idea, and maybe not now, but in the future, that will be right direction. We should it's needed to do something to realize this idea. And that's a great idea, and help to resolve the bilateral issues, help to maintain the regional peace and tranquility, and everything benefits for any country. It's worth of us to do.
Chinese ambassador said that the spirit of the Wuhan talks between Prime Minister Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping was taken forward in the meeting of the two leaders on the sidelines of the SCO summit in Qingdao. He also said that bilateral ties between India and China cannot take the strain of another Doklam episode, while emphasizing on the need to find a mutually acceptable solution on the boundary issue. He suggested a 4-point agreement to enhance India-China ties, including Treaty of Friendship and Cooperation, negotiate free trade agreement, enhance connectivity and resolve boundary issues. He also stressed on the need for both countries to enhance cooperation in SCO, BRICS and join hands to tackle social challenges.
Chinese ambassador had come up with a similar idea last year when he proposed to rename China-Pakistan Economic Corridor to China-Pakistan-India Economic Corridor. This year he has come up with the idea of China, Pakistan and India trilateral. What he forgot last year, the question of sovereignty of India, and this year he is forgetting the question of terrorism against India. China needs to be more sensitive about India's concerns. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Television with camera person Jitendra Negi in Delhi.
On to some other news, President Ramnath Kovind is on a 3-nation visit tour to Greece, Suriname and Cuba. President Kovind addressed an India-Greek Business Forum meeting at Athens a short while back. He will also address an event organized by the Hellenic Foundation for Europe and Foreign Policy at Zapio. And earlier on Monday, President Kovind met his Greek counterpart Prokopis Pavlopoulos at the presidential mansion. The two leaders discussed matters of mutual interest, including economic cooperation and enhancement of bilateral trade. President Kovind also met Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras and the leader of the opposition as well. He further sought collaboration from Greece in fighting the menace of terrorism.
We have undertaken an ambitious plan to build next generation infrastructure, including 100 smart cities, airports, high-speed trains, highways and cyber connectivity.
An External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is in France for the second leg of her 4-nation visit. This is Sushma Swaraj's first visit to France during her 4-year tenure. And during her visit, which is also marking the 20th anniversary of the strategic partnership of India and France, Sushma Swaraj held discussions with her French counterpart Jean-Yves Le Drian and also called on President Emmanuel Macron. While addressing media along with Le Drian, Sushma Swaraj underscored that the mutual trust between India and France has deepened. Le Drian said that they discussed cooperation in the nuclear sector. And after the meeting, MEA spokesperson Ravish Kumar tweeted, the two sides held in-depth and constructive discussion on full range of bilateral relationship. Sushma Swaraj also called on President Macron and held a bilateral meeting. Ravish Kumar tweeted, the two leaders discussed a follow-up to the understandings reached during French President's successful visit to India in March 2018, which infused new momentum in our bilateral ties. She also met with a diplomatic advisor to the French President. Sushma was in Italy earlier on the first leg of her 4-nation visit, and she will next head to Luxembourg. And on the last leg of her tour, Sushma Swaraj will visit Belgium.
इस वर्ष हम अपनी रणनीतिक साझेदारी के 2 दशक मना रहे हैं। अप्रैल 2015 और जून 2017 में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी की फ्रांस यात्रा और हाल ही में राष्ट्रपति मैक्रों की भारत यात्रा से हमारी रणनीतिक साझेदारी को नई गति मिली है। हमारे दोनों देशों के बीच आपसी विश्वास और गहरा हुआ है और राजनीतिक विचारों में एकरूपता आई है।
And in midday news, we'll slip into a very short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Rajya Sabha TV's YouTube channel has just crossed a new exciting milestone. It now has over 1 million subscribers. That's more than 10 lakh people who like and want to watch RSTV. Over 15 crore people have watched our videos. Our online viewers are also engaging with us more actively on YouTube. More and more people like, share and comment on our videos. We thank you, our growing tribe of RSTV viewers. We will strive every day to bring you more exciting and engaging content. So stay tuned to Rajya Sabha TV.
On this edition of India's World, we will analyze India's NSG push.
Primarily the discussions continue and we don't know how those discussions will eventually unfold because of the power politics that ultimately will determine the reaction of the NSG, and in particular the role of China becomes very, very critical.
We have declared ourselves a nuclear weapon state and nobody is telling us to accept the most difficult part of the NPT, which we had a problem, which is getting full scope safeguards. Nobody is asking us for that. So rest of the NPT, actually, we've been performing well.
The number of technologies keeps increasing. And it's best, again, if you'd be best to be part of that rules-making process or part of that multilateral process, rather than just be a country outside but have a waiver against some of its actions.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back after the break. News from the national capital now. The Supreme Court has refused an urgent hearing on the sit-in of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his cabinet colleagues that entered its 9th day today. The apex court bench said that the plea would be listed for hearing after the summer vacation. The petitioner had sought court's direction to declare the sit-in as unconstitutional. The plea says that the protest has led to a constitutional crisis in Delhi. Earlier, the Delhi High Court had heard the matter yesterday and had reprimanded Kejriwal for the protest and had posted the matter for hearing on 22nd of June. Meanwhile, Manish Sisodia has assured that he would be joining work from today. The Delhi Deputy Chief Minister was on a hunger strike since 13th of June at the LG office and he was hospitalized yesterday after his health deteriorated. Meanwhile, Health Minister Satyendra Jain's condition too is said to be stable. He was hospitalized on Sunday night after being on hunger strike. Kejriwal, along with his colleagues, have been demanding, besides other things, an end to the alleged strike by the IAS officers. And the Enforcement Directorate has filed a fresh charge sheet against liquor baron Vijay Mallya and others for allegedly cheating a consortium of nationalized banks to the tune of over 6,000 crore rupees. The charge sheet, filed under the provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, is based on a complaint by the SBI on the behalf of the consortium of banks, accusing Mallya of not repaying loans taken during 2005 to 2010. The voluminous charge sheet filed in a Mumbai's special court names Vijay Mallya, Kingfisher Airlines, United Breweries Holding Limited and others. And the ICICI Bank on Monday announced that its CEO, Chanda Kochar, would be on leave till the completion of the external probe against her in the Videocon loan case. The bank has named Sandeep Bakshi as the Chief Operating Officer, who would take over as the post from today, subject to various approvals. Chanda Kochar and her family members are facing allegations of a quid pro quo and the conflict of interest with respect to a loan extended to the Videocon group. Tech giant Google and the Central Water Commission have signed an agreement to improve flood forecast systems and to disseminate flood-related information by using technology developed by Google. The initiative is likely to help crisis management agencies to deal with extreme hydrological events in a better manner. Now, under this agreement, the CWC and Google will share technical expertise in various fields, including geospatial mapping and the analysis of hydrological observation data. The CWC, which is an apex technical organization in the field of water resources, will use Google Earth Engine to visualize and improve flood management. Water Resources Minister Nitin Gadkari also expressed hope that the collaboration with Google will help in effective flood management in our country. On to all the international news now. US President Donald Trump has threatened to impose tariffs on an additional $200 billion worth of Chinese goods unless Beijing ceases its unfair practices, escalating a trade war between the world's two largest economies. The move followed tariffs applied last week on $50 billion in Chinese imports to the US. China responded by saying that it would hit 659 US products worth $50 billion. Well, Donald Trump has been insisting that China has been unfairly benefiting from a trade imbalance with the US for years. China's Commerce Ministry responded swiftly to Donald Trump's latest threat, warning that if the Donald Trump administration followed through, China would have to adopt comprehensive measures combining quality and quantity to make a strong countermeasure. And now let's get you all the action from the FIFA World Cup. Well, on day 6 of the FIFA World Cup today, 3 matches are scheduled to be played, and the first match of Group H is set to begin between Colombia and Japan at 5:30 p.m. India time. The second Group H match between Poland and Senegal will kick off at 8:30 p.m. India time. And the final match of the day, hosts Russia will clash with Egypt at 11:30 p.m. India time. Let's tell you all the results of day 5 of the FIFA World Cup 2018. Well, England skipper Harry Kane led his team to a 2-1 victory over Tunisia yesterday, recording England's first win in the opening game of a major tournament since they beat Paraguay in the 2006 World Cup. Kane scored an early 11th minute goal, but Tunisia's Farjini Sassi managed to equalize the score after converting a 35th minute penalty. England secured their victory as Kane scored a late goal in the stoppage time, giving England their much-needed 3 points. Kane also became the first England player to score twice in a World Cup match since 1990. And in the second match played yesterday, Belgium notched 3 points after their 3-0 win in the 2018 World Cup opener against Panama, despite a poor performance in the first half. Dries Mertens scored their first goal of the match just 2 minutes into the second half, and then Lukaku broke through to score twice in the 7 minutes to seal their victory. Belgium gain their 3 points and some momentum, while Panama lose their first ever World Cup match. And Sweden logged up 3 crucial points after beating South Korea to begin their campaign with a 1-0 win. Andreas Ganjevist converted a penalty in the 65th minute of the match to put Sweden in the lead. And with this win, Sweden joined Mexico at the top of Group F. off the 4th Yoga Day celebrations on 21st of June, Prime Minister Narendra Modi released a video message on his Twitter handle promoting yoga as a key to fitness and wellness. He said that yoga offers a solution to ailments and practicing it helps combat stress and find peace. On 21st of June, Prime Minister Modi is expected to lead a massive mass yoga event in Dehradun. Let's take a look.
Yoga is one of the most precious gifts given by the ancient Indian sages to humankind. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. It means yoga is a state of equilibrium and equanimity. Yoga is not just a set of exercises that keeps the body fit. It is a passport to health assurance, a key to fitness and wellness. Free from illness, a path to wellness, that is the path of yoga. Because it teaches us to see others the same as ourselves. Yoga makes us better individuals in thought, action, knowledge, and devotion. In a world of excess, yoga promises restraint and balance. In a world suffering from mental stress, yoga promises calm. In a distracted world, yoga helps focus. In a world of fear, yoga promises hope, strength, and courage. Yoga gives peace of mind.
And Minister of Information and Broadcasting Rajya Singh Rathore inaugurated the European Union Film Festival 2018 in New Delhi on Monday. It is being organized to boost cultural ties with the European Union member states. The EU Film Festival will traverse through 11 Indian cities, including New Delhi, till the end of August.
The EU Film Festival 2018 puts the spotlight on latest in European cinema. 24 films from 23 EU nations are being showcased at the festival that was inaugurated in Delhi on Monday. It will travel to 10 more cities till August 31st.
This is a wonderful idea because we have all kinds of reasons for people not to agree with each other, but arts and film is something that brings people together, and it's fantastic. The European Union itself is a mosaic of so many different countries and cultures, and India is same in a different manner. And communicating through films, through festivals, that's a wonderful way of people-to-people interaction.
Slovakian film Little Harbour was the opening film of the festival, whose producer shared her experience with the audience.
This film, it was very natural that the balance was really reached, male and female in the crew, and we had a lot of females in the head of departments in the film. The DOP was a female, the director, me as a producer, makeup artist, costume designer, so we had a lot of very good, skilled women and men together working.
I think it's a really great idea because it gives us an insight of each and every culture, each and every place, so we get, you know, the idea of how life is.
Today, films from Austria, Cyprus and Denmark will be screened at the festival. The festival is in Delhi till June 24th. It has been organized by the Directorate of Film Festival, Ministry of Information, in partnership with the delegation of the European Union.
The main motive of the European Union Film Festival 2018 is to strengthen the cultural and social ties between India and other countries of European Union, as it aims at putting the spotlight on some of the finest and latest cinematic work by 23 EU state members. Along with camera person Sudhanshu Bhushan, Pranjal Prakhar for Rajya Sabha Television.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of Midday News. Thanks so much for watching.